Yeah, I mean, there's just positives to everywhere. I think London for me, it's got that. Obviously, I'm very comfortable here because I've grown up here. But everyone, at least in my area, is very friendly, well spoken. Everyone's got money, good opportunities here, and yeah, that's why I like the UK. And obviously, other countries have their positives, better in other metrics, but as an all-round place, I just love the UK. I love the
Hmm.
aesthetic, love the people, and yeah, I think honestly, 8 months a year, I probably live there. The other 4 months probably somewhere like Nice, France, or Madrid, somewhere like that.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Because we were in Nice together, actually, weren't we? Was it was earlier this year? I was about to say last year. We were in Nice together because we did a trip to Cannes, and then we also went to Nice and a day in Monaco, didn't we?
Yes.
And it's fascinating realizing how small that part of the world is. Because I can't speak much French. I know you're learning to do so,
Mhm.
but it's fascinating to see that you could be in Nice and you can get to Monaco in 20 minutes on a train. You can get to Cannes like an hour the other
Yeah,
way.
Cannes great for a night out as well.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it's probably up there, top, probably like realistically top 5, 10 places in the
Yeah.
world for it, including you got Monaco one side, Nice, which is probably pretty good. Never been, so I can't comment on the night out scene, and Cannes as well, or Monaco, the other one that I said.
Yeah, it's an amazing city. You got like you get to Zagreb in a couple of hours. You can get to Barcelona in a couple of hours. You got the Alps right there as well. You can go skiing. In in terms of like right there in Europe, like you've got absolutely
Hmm.
everything. Some great airports, and it's not. It doesn't take much to get back to the UK either, does it? What is it
Hour and a
like?
half, two
Not
hours.
not not bad.
Yeah,
So
it's like an hour and a half flight, 2 hours flight. But the obvious question then to both of us, I've got an answer. I'm intrigued to see yours. If Nice is so good, why not just live in Nice? Like, what's the pull back to England?
I mean that goes back to my first point. It's different aesthetics. I think for me, one thing, I mean, it has its moments. Being outside of a cottage for a barbecue is fantastic.
Yeah,
But we're in a drought in the UK right now. I've got the worst hay fever. I can barely work because I can't focus because it's so hot.
yeah.
I really don't like British summers. I mean, it has its place, sat with the family outside. But at the same time, I'd like to go because Nice, France, I mean, when we went, it was 20 degrees or something. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like perfect heat for me. Just doing 4 months there a year, just to sort of get away from that,
Hmm.
would be absolutely ideal for me.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me.
Yeah. It's a really nice part of the world, isn't it? I do think there's a highly achievable lifestyle to have. I would say for if we're talking realistic and not in the delusional world of online income where it's like you should be 20 years old making 10 grand a month and you can do that, which is unrealistic, really. I mean, people do it, but for the mass population, it's unrealistic. I think like 26, 27, 28 years old, that's a super achievable life. More so going into 27, 28. Because as well, I actually, as much as I advocate for the Oxford cottage lifestyle, I don't think it's optimal to do it at like 22, 23 up to like 25 because it's relatively isolated. I do think those years in an ideal world should be spent in a really big place. And I think you should almost move away into smaller places the older you get. Now, maybe this is just a young guy having a commentary on the situation wrong, and I'm maybe reading it wrong, and I'll get to 40 and think, right, I need to be in London. Who knows? But I think I'd like to spend up to like 27 at least going into a big place like a London, like a Madrid, perhaps even a Nice, and then moving out towards the countryside with Oxford and stuff. Obviously, Oxford isn't the countryside itself, but the city is really small. But I think that would be a good life setup to have. That's what I'm looking forward to because we were discussing this yesterday, weren't we, about family, and we said how we've got all of that to look forward to, and that's going to be fun.
I mean, like, yeah, we did make that point. It's like dating for me. I go on dates and like when I do sort of get something going, like I sort of lose interest because there's not much excitement. It's just dating. Like you go out for dinner, go have experiences. You do that by yourself anyway. But I find the concept of marriage a really exciting thing.
Mm,
You found that like one partner and you're just ready to build that life together. You're viewing properties. Um, I mean, like you're just discussing life setup. You got plans to go to all these countries. You're discussing how you're going to raise your children. I find that just like the most exciting part of life.
yeah.
Like going into fatherhood, that would be like the thing for me.
Hmm.
Ultimate fulfillment. So that's the thing for me. But as you say, like I thought your video was really good on this, by the way,
Thank
like
you.
about Oxford, and it got me thinking. As I work in property, I see young people constantly buying houses that aren't really assets. I think renting is a really good tool just for anyone. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If I'm not going to buy a cottage because, well and truly, they're not the best investments.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to try to sell it, you're going to have issues with surveys, asbestos, etc. So they're not the best things to buy. We've also got the Renters Reform Act, which means it's very hard for a landlord to say, okay, you guys need to leave unless they want to sell. So tenants are in a really secure position now.
Yeah.
So I think going and renting somewhere, like whether it's an apartment if you're in your 20s or a cottage if you're like late 20s, just renting your home and like using that cash sat there to sort of put money into actual assets. That's
Yeah.
the play for me at least.
I've always thought that. I mean, we can have a chat about renting and buying, but I've always thought, at least for the last few years, I would always rent where I'm staying. Now, that's not to say don't buy properties. My personal opinion, yourself as the estate agent, correct me if you think this is wrong. I would buy somewhere to rent out and use the rental income to rent my own property so that I'm more flexible and you're not like, right, I want to move. Okay, put the property on the market and see what happens in the next few months. Like
Yeah.
you've got a timeline of, right, my rent is up on the 1st of August. Let me start looking for other places now. Easy.
Well, that's the thing. I've never really actually thought about it in that way, but that does make sense. Because like you might want to live in like this nice new build, like it's convenient. A lot of them are already furnished as well. You're gonna have zero issues. But yeah, the play would be to buy an actual asset, something that might be a bit run down that you can fix up and like have tenants in. Bring that income like into your pot and just pay a rent on a new build property if that's what you want to
Yeah.
do. Because well and truly, you've got that asset there that's going up in value. But the minute you step foot into that brand new,
Yeah, the asset
drop
price
into
goes
like
straight down. Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
So that is definitely the play.
Yeah.